fingers crossed that this is not a continuation. Okay, it started over. Perfect. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry that I am late. My members only live was right before this and it ran over just a bit. We was turning up, having a good old time. So you should probably consider joining a membership if you want more exclusive content from me, your good sis you Let's Talk TV with. But we are back. We're here for season 2, episodes 5 and 6. So we can talk anything 5 and 6 in this live for Kingdom Business. Hopefully everybody's having a great night. Again, thank you so much for your patience and for showing up. I appreciate and love you guys so very much for doing so. Hey, Mimi Loves Peace. How are you, love? How do you feel? We can go ahead and start off with like rankings. How do we feel about tonight's episode, or even last week's episode, actually? Because both of them, such solid entries, right? Like, we didn't go live because it was Thanksgiving last week. Hey, Katie. Welcome in, boo. So I didn't go live, so we didn't get to talk about episode 5 live. I feel like Kingdom Business just does not waste a minute of screen time. And I am so appreciative of that. There are so many shows where various parts of particular character storylines feel like fluff, feel like it's just taking up a little time, taking up a little space. And I never feel that when I'm watching Kingdom Business, like ever. And I'm so grateful for how authentic and dialed in these storylines feel, truthfully. And specifically, well, I guess you started to see more of it in episode 5, but it started to fully come into fruition in episode 6. I am enamored with Rebel's story, her journey, her choices, how they are choosing to tell her story, how Saraya is depicting this character. She is so damn dropped in, and she is such a brilliant illustration to me of like my point of I am never really mad at a character for making a mistake. I'm only mad when I feel like they're caught in a toxic cycle of continuing to make the same mistake. And Rebel, over the course of this season, we're watching her reject her faith, reject this opportunity to be this big gospel singer, reject Caesar and his help to a certain degree, and like be stubborn in that way. Low-key started to reject her feelings for Taj, and like really try to lean into the life that she knew, but like also coming to an understanding that she don't like the life that she was living before, that she wasn't happy, that she was just basically coping and doing certain things to help her cope, but it wasn't really living. So in episodes 5 and specifically episode 6, to watch her still making some of those same decisions, but then in it being able to stop, reflect, and think and be like, this don't feel right. This ain't me. I'm not really happy here. And then for us to also within the same episode see her get into a space where she was fighting to get out of, but then feel so at home, so grounded, so free, so most like herself. I'm just like, yes, inject it into my veins, Kingdom Business, because y'all understand the damn assignment when it comes to story arcs and character development. Like, I'm going to get on to Taj a little bit because he was definitely given, even though he's on my nerves, he was given in this episode as well. But like the little nuances to the performance of Rebel going along in a storyline where you get this juxtaposition of her life in secular music and like choosing to kind of date her producer, but still trying to make music and find her way on her own, but then still coming into the studio, leaning on Caesar, realizing she feels so at home and comfortable and she actually feels something here. So she's not going to just be able to walk away, wipe her hands like she thought she did because she was so convinced that, oh, I'm not accepted and I'm not loved. It's like, no, girl, you are so loved, you are so accepted that people are not going to settle for you at the lowest version of yourself. That's how loved you are. Like, y'all, do y'all see that? Are y'all feeling that? Like, I'm here for it. I'm here for just beautiful, immaculate storytelling. And Kingdom Business is giving it to us in spades, baby. Katie says, I agree. I don't know. Drop into the chat. If you're watching live, drop into the chat how you're feeling about Kingdom Business right now. What are your favorite plot lines? Who's your favorite character? Because I'm probably just going to sit here and gush. If you have questions, if you want to like talk out something, then feel free to do so as well. I was really happy with this episode. Just in honestly, the best part about this episode for me was all of the non-verbal communication that was taking place, the revelations that were percolating in the brains, the reflections that was happening. Hey, Aaron, and welcome in, boo. So, like, I already talked about Rebel and just how excited I am for this particular moment in her journey, and like watching her basically come up to a place and she's turning the corner, y'all. Augustus is turning the corner and she happened to be turning back to the Lord, and I love that for her. But baby Taj, Mr. Taj, Mr. Do the Right Thing, Mr. I'm trying to be a man, Mr. I want my family. I don't want to be raised in a broken home. I don't want to be a father outside the home. But I'm also in love with a woman that sends me to heights that I have never been to, because the way that Taj was in that last studio session towards the end of the episode in Euphoria, watching his girl, because at the end of the day, y'all, I've been saying this entire season, Essence, that's not your man, baby. That's not your man. You might got the ring, but that's still not your man. You might got the baby, but that's still not your man. Y'all cannot overwrite what God has already decided. It is written in the stars. Taj, you know how you look at this girl because you the one doing the damn looking. You know how you feel when you're making music with her because you the one doing the feeling. You know what you think when you are around her and you get to experience her revelation and her telling you things like she's prayed for you and she hasn't been praying, and she made this decision when she used to make this decision. You literally are seeing her growth and you're having your thoughts. They're in your brain. And they are quite literally the opposite of the thoughts that you have when Essence is leaning over your mama who just came out of a coma talking about she manifested that with her damn crystals. Or she manifested her healing with her damn crystals. Or she don't want to get married in her church because God is everywhere. You thinking them thoughts that are anti the thoughts that you have with Rebel. You are feeling those feelings that are anti the feelings that you're feeling with Rebel. You are looking at Essence, not in a way that you are looking at Rebel. So, like, what are we doing, Taj? What are we talking about, Taj? Come on over to the light, baby. Come on over. Like, I know that you want to be a good man, and it was a great effort. It was a great effort. But doing the right thing is no longer, we're deciding, doing the right thing is no longer doing what society will deem right, or the church would deem right. Doing the right thing has to, at some point, be grounded in what is truly right for you. Because you walking into a marriage with Essence when you're not deeply in love with her, when you're not fully on a soul, unconsciously tethered and connected to her, you're not walking into something that you can actually sustain. You're walking into the same thing that your daddy did 30 years ago with your mama. And we see how that turned out. Katie says, what are your thoughts on Essence's reaction to the possibility of having a child with a disability? I was ecstatic. Like, in that moment, I basically screamed. And I think, I don't know if I saved it. I need to go back and save the highlights. Because I do, for members, y'all are in my close friends on Instagram. So I'll do my like live reaction sometimes on Instagram. And there's a moment where I literally like respond to that particular moment. And not because I was excited for her to want to abort a disabled child, but I was very excited for that to be a conversation playing out on TV. I felt like that was just so real. It was so polarizing. And I think it's something that people are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And I thought it was brilliant. It just became another vehicle for them to have a conversation about how different Taj and Essence actually are, how different their mindsets are, how different their lives are, how different their perspectives are, how different their feelings are, how different their wants are. Taj is very much so, I'm going to love my baby regardless. And while I don't think that Essence is not going to love her baby, I think that she would struggle being a mom of a disabled kid. And I didn't demonize her for thinking maybe I need to end the pregnancy if there's going to be issues. I thought it was just so dope. I thought it was a brilliant way to have a dope conversation that most people like probably hide or like feel shame in. I honestly wanted them to stretch it out longer. Like I wanted us to not find out what was going on with the baby for maybe an episode or two so that they could have more time to actually hash that out, what that looked like. Because honestly, only thing that was going to come is just more understanding of how far apart they actually are. Essence and Taj are not aligned. And I talked about this a little bit in the members only live. But at its core, if I'm really trying to process what's happening in Essence's head, I wouldn't be surprised if she's okay with settling for Taj because he's better at his worst, at the bare minimum that he's giving her. At this level of what he's presenting, he is probably better than anything else that she has experienced thus far with any other man. Being a pop star at the top of the charts, having all the access, all the money in the world, she probably has never been considered the way that Taj considers her. She's probably never been prayed for. She's probably never been just cared for in a way that wasn't so heavily steeped in sexuality that it kind of is easy to help convince you that, oh, this could be it because it's the best that I ever had. But this is not your best, babe. Your best is yet to come. This right here is Rebels. But I understand how she could be getting confused. And in the last episode, it was interesting because she started it off freeing Taj. Like, you don't need to feel guilty. This is not your fault. I know that you just want to marry me because we're having this baby. But but I want to release you. Like, don't feel obligated. And that's the part that like really makes me endear and enjoy Essence and like want to root for Essence. Like I'm screaming like, girl, that's not your man, your man. But I still want Essence to be happy. I still want Essence to find her version of a man who's going to look at her like Taj looks at Rebel, who's going to love her the way that Taj loves Rebel. She definitely deserves that. I think that her character is so complicated and so beautifully nuanced, and like she knows, like she has an understanding of like the societal strengths and the church requirements that's also fueling them to be together and him to commit this way. But also low key, again, Taj has probably treated her better than most men that she's ever interacted with. So like, is this the worst thing? Because he's might be in love with somebody else, but he still loves me enough to do more than most. And by golly, Miss Molly, that's a question to have. That's some interesting thing to watch play out. Like I'm so intrigued in watching this continue as their relationship continues and seeing more of Essence's perspective, because I want to understand, like, is this the case? Like, girl, you know that your man is in love with somebody else. Do you really believe that him never working with her again is going to squelch that? Like, you seem like, yes, you're a little flighty, you're a little bit tapped into the universe and not necessarily God, but you still seem like a very intelligent girl. You got some wits about you. Do you really believe that that's going to do much of anything besides provide a little bit of a delay? Kimberly says Essence knows that ain't her man, but he's a good one, so she don't want to let him go. And that's so real. I think we need more media to talk about that, because how many women are with good men, but they know that's not their man? Hey, Khalees. Essence gave him so many chances to get out of their relationship too. I just wish Rebel would have snatched her up in that studio. Yeah, she tried it. Before that damn car crash, she tried it. Y'all got something y'all want to tell me? I'm like, girl, you needed Zion to tell you that they was sucking face at the faith night when you was at the damn chapel and you saw the vibes, you felt the energy. Miss Mama, Zion ain't tell you nothing that you ain't already know. Katie says, I agree. Mimi Loves, she says, yes, yes, yes. And someone her mother approves of. Oh, Essence. Yeah. Because her mother was so proud of her doing a song with Denita and like finally came to one of her shows. That and it's so that's so complicated. But I'm like forever gonna be team don't settle. Don't settle, ladies. I know it's hard. I know it can get lonely. I know you can get tired. Trust me. I know. But like don't settle because the moment you settle, you block yourself from walking into what is really for you. The beauty that is like who's supposed to be equally yoked with you. And honestly, like y'all can go ahead and get married, but y'all gonna be divorced. Y'all not making it as long as Denita and Calvin are because Denita and Calvin only lasted as long as they did because they had the kingdom, keeping them together, requiring them to stay together. I got Taj and Essence lasting 10 years max. And miserable while he at it. Like, watching Taj at the end of this episode, and he just seems so damn happy in that studio making music with his girl. I'm like, you're going to give this up? You have not even had sex with this girl yet, and you are just so intrigued and enamored with her as a person, with her and her talent, with her and her mind, with her and her journey. Like, you are so invested, and you have yet to put parts of you and parts of her. And you mean to tell me you gonna walk your ass the other way, knowing damn well you're bored and or annoyed because your girl keep talking about crystals and spirits and wanting to spend a bunch of money on some bull crap? You're gonna relegate yourself to a life of that when you already know part of what it tastes like where you really supposed to be? I don't know how you taste the fruit and you know it's sweet and you just be like, all right, I'm going to have sour fruit for the rest of my life. And this is no shade to Essence, but I'm just trying to make an analogy. How you do it? Because I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, y'all. I love watermelon. Love it down, especially sweet watermelon. I could never imagine having a sweet, cold, crisp watermelon one day and being like, you know what? I'm never eating this again. It's figs for me moving forward and figs only. Like what? Kimberly Felder says if she saw them sitting at the piano singing and giving googly eyes, she would have had to go back to the hospital. If she would have been able to be a fly on a wall and watch Taj watch Rebel, while Rebel is singing her heart out, and it's so fly because Rebel is having this freedom experience in this moment where she's singing this song that makes her feel something, makes her believe in her purpose and her talent. So it's like it's so dope in this scene because she's having a moment of like the highest expression, the highest version of herself operating on all cylinders. And her man is watching, smiling with pride. They're both in like the happiest places that we have probably seen them in the entire series for this moment. And we know as the audience, this don't have to be a moment. This could be the rest of y'all's lives. What do we like this could be the rest of y'all's lives. What are we talking about? This is not even a question. Yes, you got a baby on the way, but this is not even a question. This does not have to be 4 minutes of your day. This could be your everyday. Like, Taj. And low key, I got a little bit of smoke for Caesar because Caesar, he revealed to you that basically there is something for Essence to be jealous about when it comes to Rebel. So you were picking up what he putting down and you don't got nothing to say. You ain't got no advice. You ain't got no wise words. Maybe you need to pause and not walk down the aisle if your fiance is conflicted about your feelings for somebody else and she has a right to be. Have you taken some time to process your feelings, Taj? Like, somebody get this man together. His daddy can't do it because his daddy has already walked into a marriage that his ass ain't want to be in. And he already gave up his Rebel 30 years ago. And then she winds up dead. And he ain't really ready to, like, have that conversation with his son. So, like, Caesar, I'm going to need you to get to it because Taj is trying his best to do his best, but it's not enough. It's not enough. You're going to get your ass down this aisle and you're going to ruin everybody's life, Taj. And I hate that for you. Like, what are we talking about? You sat in that damn studio session while this girl sang and was taken to a whole other dimension. And you going to leave and go back home and do what? Clean crystals. And there's no shades of crystal lovers. I'm just hyping up and being dramatic about her particular character and the differences between them. No shade to people who really love crystals in real life. Mimi Loves Peace says they're going to be married but not in covenant. Hello. Mimi Loves Peace says my favorite scene was them creating music together with more double entendres. Baby. Kimberly said he got her bad for real. He was literally watching her evolve. Listen, and that does not come about just all willy-nilly. Khalees says Rebel needs to take that stripper stuff and shake a little something to Tosh. Because we all know that he won it. Rebel was about to retire her stripper shoes. Yes, and then that song, baby. I don't know what these writers are on, the writers of the show, but they on it. And however this magic is being made behind the scenes, y'all better keep doing what the hell y'all doing, because y'all are giving us amazing storytelling. It is freaking phenomenal. And y'all can see, like, I'm smiling from ear to ear, just the thought of them. I love them so much. It sucks that Rebel needed to be thrown to the ground by Xavier and like treated like some raggedy ass arm candy for her to also start to realize like he ain't it, and he is not your he is not your ticket up out of the life that you knew and going anywhere that you thought you wanted to go. I'm so glad that she brought her ass back to Caesar. Like, I'm rethinking things and I really like it. Like, I'm glad. Yes. These songs make you feel something. These songs don't. I have big, big, big smoke for Xavier because he does not give a damn about Rebel or her talent. In episode 5, when she was saying that she can't make the song feel like something and need to rework the words and he don't want to do it because his ego, because he wrote it and this is what it's going to be and she just needs to sing it. She was freaking right. The song ain't saying shh. It ain't hitting on shh. Nobody can't put feeling into something that don't have no feelings. You're goofy and your lyrics are as well. They have that argument and she got to let him know, like, I've been hot before you. I done already did my first television appearance and sold out show and this, that, boom. Ran her whole facts down about, the start of her career because she has done some things. She's not some little raggedy ass turnip that just fell off the turnip truck. And he turned to her and says, this is what I'm talking about. This is the passion. This is what true collaboration is. He gets sick kicks off of belittling her, of getting her to a space of being fiery because for whatever reason, he's just super turned on by that, which nobody gives a damn about your turn on, sir. And I hate that for her. Like, he literally said the words in episode 5 that he has to tear her down to build her back up. Build her back up to what? Because you're not even coming at a level that she's already at. So you're going to tell her down to build her back up to where the hell she's already at? Then why the hell does she need you? Oh, newsflash, she don't. And then he just doubled down in that in this episode because you're walking the red carpet. You say that you want her to be seen and get out there, but you don't want her to open her mouth. Because you want to be seen on a carpet with a beautiful, talented girl like Rebel. And you don't want her to steal your shine. He's giving classic narcissist that wants to be amongst the stars, wants to be in the orbit of a star, but don't want the person to shine too bright because he really wants to be the star himself. Meanwhile, you got the personality of the thumb and you barely talented. You probably just got a little bit of mm-ums with a little bit of bass to it and got a couple bits of luck. And then that's how your ass became some kind of producer, but it still ain't giving what it's supposed to give. And it's definitely not giving the work that's going to move the people. So you can take your goofy ass, you can take your whack lyrics, you can take your narcissistic, I know I'm fine, I think I'm fine, and I want to act all big and go to hell, because she don't need you. Have you seen Taj, sir? I don't give a damn how many diamonds or Swarovski crystals you put on a motorcycle jacket, you ain't never going to be him. Taj is him. Hemi Neutron, if you will. And you ain't never going to be him. So sad. Too bad. Besides him throwing the girl to the ground, like, y'all, I was immediately turned off when he was silencing her and basically carrying her like some kind of trophy. And I'm like, praying, Rebel, please see how this man is regarding you. He understands your value, but he's one of these men who get with a woman that, one, you're not even on her damn level, and you think that your job is to diminish what she has going on, and that makes you feel better. Like, go to therapy and get a life, because I can't. Like, y'all need to give it up. The men who feel like they need to suck all of the life force out of a woman to be something, go find something else better to do in a fucking therapist, please. Because we didn't already had that era, we're not doing it anymore. And I cannot wait for Rebel to stand on business and make sure that this man stays out of her life. Now, the problem is you clearly have aggressive and anger issues. You could bring your ass back if you want to. I'm going to need Rebel to get a gun. Because he's very much so giving, he don't take no for an answer. Let's applaud Terry J. Vaughn for her directing. Yes, she directed this episode. I don't know. What y'all thinking about Xavier? If y'all feel like I'm being too harsh, tell me. Even though I know I ain't being too damn harsh. She's raggedy. Okay? Well, we could talk about it. How we feeling about Xavier? Me too so much. Trash. With a capital T. Ooh, trash. Loser. He a loser? 100%. Thank you, Katie, for the applause. There's a couple people that I'm reading this episode, but I'm going to build up to the big bad villain. Because she going to deserve every bit of this word I'm about to give. Sasha, since we on villains. First of all, Caesar, why is Sasha here? Why is she here? You cannot save every wayward little woman, Caesar. Stop trying to pick up projects from off the streets. What did Taj say? This woman is trouble. Let it go. Not only is this woman taking advantage of you, getting free studio time, she's trying to seduce you to solidify the deal. She'd already thought she got the bishop wrapped around her damn fingers. She is not a godly woman. She is not of the church. She is a raggedy ass, narcissistic opportunist that you need to get far, far, far away from you. She could go find somebody else to help her make this goofy ass demo. But Tamar look good, okay? Tamar look good, and she playing Sasha down. You're going to give credit where credit is due. But Sasha, you raggedy. I appreciated Taj confronting her in this episode. But I also want him to go all the way and be like, I'm putting my foot down. You can't work with her, C's. She got to go. And then also disclose, like, she slept with my daddy. Use what you got to use, Taj. Have this little quiet corner conversation with this lady, giving her room to squirm and figure out something else, which is probably why she dialed it up a notch and decided to try to shove her damn her tongue down Caesar's throat. That was so awkward. She has no shame. Not a bit of shame at all. And I hate that Caesar even keeps her around at all. She is talented. She can sing, but it's not worth it. She's not Rebel. Rebel is worth the trouble. Rebel is worth the frustration. Rebel is worth the smart talk because she truly has a great heart. She just has been jaded by life and has had certain experiences that just makes her a little standoffish. Sasha is simply a trollop. And trollops are always going to trollop. That's it. That's it. Y'all, episode 5, we got to see, Katie says, my husband said the same thing. Not the last we seen of him. He will be back. Oh, yeah. Xavier will definitely be back. Episode 5, we got to see Denita reveal that she has her memory back, and people felt the way about it. And I always knew that she did, and I had been saying that. Okay, wait, hold on. I think it's a little delayed, so I'm gonna go back. I might be jumping around, y'all, but just stay with me. Khalees says, every time Sasha comes on the screen, I get secondhand embarrassment because what is she actually doing? Girl, what you doing? Trying her best, okay? She got $1 a dream and a clean G-string, okay? She got to figure out how to make something work. But we came out of episode 5 with her finally revealing to everybody that she got her memory back. Y'all already know I didn't believe her from the jump. I don't trust her. But when I tell you episode 6 has solidified the fact that Denita Jordan is going to burn in hell, and I have no respect for her. She is not of the church. She does not have a true belief and grasp on God. And she deserves every single thing that is coming to her because she is disgusting, despicable, diabolical. That's how I feel about this woman. And it's not because you had this contentious moment with Rebel. You kept calling her the damn stripper and the pole girl. And you might be responsible for her mama's death. That ain't even the reason why I feel this way. Even though it's real cute how before it was colorful name and you better be using your voice for the Lord. Now it's, what do you want, stripper? Okay, girl. It ain't you not being able to answer Calvin's questions and jumping right back into your villain era and you got nothing but scolding looks for every damn body. What disgusted me the most about Denita in this episode is that the one thing, the one good and human, just like touch your humanity thing that I thought was going to come out of the storyline around her amnesia, her being in a coma, being healed by her son, and then making that call on national television on that live interview for whoever prayed for her to come forward, was that I thought that she maybe didn't trust her mama and that she heard the boy say her son, so she wanted to see and she wanted to be reunited with her son. But once it actually happens in this episode, y'all, and she gets to talking, she reveals her true intentions. And it's not that she wanted to be reunited with her son. It's not that she's excited that her son is not actually dead. It's that her son happens to be a man who is anointed by God to heal people. And she thinks that she can manipulate this boy into healing her throat. Bump his feelings. Bump the many years that he didn't know you. Bump all that he had to get through just to follow and be obedient to God, God told him to come to you. So regardless of however he's feeling, thinking, or being, or whatever's going on in his life, he dropped everything to be obedient, to show up for you. And you have absolutely no regard for him. You are solely thinking about yourself. And then for a little razzle dazzle, you want to throw in your family talking about keep it between us because I don't know how I'm going to tell my family. What about this boy's feelings? What about Elijah? He sat in the pocket of being so gracious this entire time, and with every single word that was being taken, every single breath that was being taken, Denita just continued to prove herself to be the most disgusting, diabolical villain within this entire universe. Because how do you find out that your firstborn, that you never wanted to give away, that is fathered by the love of your damn life, is alive, help save your life, and the only thing that you have for him is to ask more of him? There's a special place in hell for Denita Jordan. That's all I'm saying. Special place in hell. The proud will be humbled and the humble will be exalted. Hello. Like, it was just, with every word, she don't want to tell nobody. Can you please just heal my throat? I was like, thank God. When he said, that's not how my gift works, I said, thank God. Because real tea is, you believe in God enough to know that you were anointed, blessed, given this gift, that you now believe that God is taking it back from you because he knows all of the goofy that's in your past and how you move, real funny style, not church-like. And you think that instead of doing what the hell God asks you to do, which is be honest, come forward, tell the truth, wipe the slate clean, You think you just gonna skip, hop, and jump your behind onto somebody else's gift and get around what God has laid out, which is obviously supposed to be a lesson, and clearly he gonna forgive you, but I'm saying your ass is going to rot in hell. Because what, girl? Your talent has been suppressed. You have been removed from the shining light of the Lord, and now your literal firstborn is in the light of the Lord, and you are planning to suck him dry so that you can benefit, all so that you can continue to avoid just simply telling the truth and owning your after having a near life or death experience. There's a special kind of evil that does that. And she seems to have like little to no regard. It seems like she's not even thinking twice about some of the stuff that she's doing. I don't know, y'all. Am I being too dramatic, or is Denita evil? Let me know what you think in the chat. I felt so bad for Elijah. He seemed so happy to see her, to be able to talk to her, to be able to touch her. And he clearly is a man of the cloth of the word. So he's going to try to do the right thing and turn the other cheek. And it's just like, his feelings aren't being considered at all. Kimberly Felder says she's evil. Evil. And I didn't even think that she could get any more evil. Do y'all think that she's responsible for Raven's death? Or is linked to it, tied to it? Khalees says the end of the episode was hilarious. She over there looking stuck. She deserved that. But she's very evil and disgusting. Jasmine Stewart says she's evil. Aaron M says she's evil. Evil, baby. And she ran off like a villain at the end. That part was hilarious. And I'm like, girl, why are you running off like that? But that's exactly what your little line behind gets. And the crazy thing is, it's like, girl, God told you to stop lying before you were shot and hit your damn head and went to a coma. If that don't tell you, come out of this and like just tell the damn truth, I don't know what will. But instead of doing that, she literally is just like finding more lies to tell. You got your behind in front of 90 or 100,000 people on live and decided to sing to a fake track when you're supposed to be singing live in front of somebody who booked you for this major. Girl, are you high? What are you thinking? Jasmine Stewart said I wouldn't put nothing past her, me either. Mimi Loves Peace says, I think she's tied to it. Raven is the only woman she's ever actually been threatened by, Rebel being the second. What's so interesting to me, y'all, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't have anything in my nose. Hope not. I don't think so. What's interesting to me, though, y'all, is you were threatened by Raven, but you also was in love with another man. So, like, you understood better than anybody the position that Calvin was in. So instead of leaning into that and use that moment to talk or whatever, you go and, like, be involved with the lady being unalived. So if Caesar was married to whoever he had gotten married to, had come for your life, like, she has every opportunity to, like, do the right thing and to be a decent human being. And she literally says, nope. She chooses the villain route every single time. Kimberly Felder says, I think she went to threaten her to stay away from her husband, but not sure if she had anything to do with her death. Jury's still out on that one. Maybe, child. But I don't even understand. I don't understand fighting for a man when you were in love with somebody else too. Like, what are we actually doing? It'd be one thing if she was in Essence's position, because Essence is very much so about Taj. But girl, you in love with C's at the same time that he in love with Raven, and you up in Raven's house doing what? Black pot calling the kettle black? Khalees says she's trying to save her marriage, but she never even loved him. I think that was That was deeper than that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that at its core, she wasn't necessarily threatening her marriage. I think she might have been threatened musically. Maybe Raven was supposed to be a bigger singer than her. Like hell, maybe Raven, if she would have if she would have survived, she would have been Denita, and Denita would have been Sasha, cause Sasha can sing, right? I don't know what y'all think about that. Kimberly Photo says, yeah, make it make sense. Maybe she saw the writing on the walls and she felt like if Raven was going to make it, then that means that she couldn't have made it. So, and then on top of that, my husband is in love with her. If he ever decided to leave me, she would be the next first lady. She would literally have my life. Ooh, child. Which I get, but then also, girl, you literally had Caesar in your pocket. He started a whole record label. He not a pastor or a bishop, but he got a little something. He got a little something over there. He got a couple dollars. Yeah, Kimberly Felder says, I think that she was the better singer, major competition. Yeah, I think that might have been it too. I can feel that for sure. What else happened in this episode? Mimi Loves Peace says, yes, that's exactly what it was, which is why Caesar was mad on top of her being heartbroken because she destroyed her career. Yeah. She ain't had to do all that. And what's interesting about Caesar is that Caesar still looks at Denita with love in his eyes. And I'm like, dang, you must really love this girl because you know exactly how diabolical she is. And you still see something worth loving in her. Damn. I hate that for him, but I get it. Love gets a little tricky. I get it. What else happened in this episode? Y'all think Taj is after that last studio experience, he really gonna be done making music with Rebel? Y'all think he gonna go through with telling her and honoring what he told Essence? I can't wait to hear y'all's thoughts on that. What else happened in this episode? I feel like so much, child. Sasha, they was producing another artist at the start. Taj trying to prep for the wedding, picking the tux. It's so many, like, they are so great. The writers are just chef's kiss because it's layered in so many of the things that they have Taj do. So, like, the moment where he's showing Caesar the tuxedos and he's like, this is the one that Essence wants me to wear, but this is the one that's more like me. It's like, y'all are not letting up on the fact that they are not aligned at all. It's in everything. It's in every piece of dialogue. It's in so many of the visuals. Like, that gave me, she don't really know you. Or she knows you and she don't care because she prefers that, which means it's about her. Can you live with that? Is that the type of marriage you want to have, Taj? Kimberly Felder says, no, he ain't done. And that wedding ain't gonna happen either. Laugh out loud if it does. I will be shocked and disappointed. Mimi Loves Peace says, I don't know. I just don't want Rebel to run if he does tell her. Ooh, I didn't think about that. I could totally see her running. Now that she brought that up, I could definitely see her running. Dang. Kelly says, I think he will tell her and she'll handle it badly, but he won't stick to it. So he's just going to break her heart for no damn reason. Because it's like, Taj, at the end of the day, regardless of what you decide to do, you're going to end up back here at Rebel. Whether it's today or 10 years from now, you're bringing your ass back to Rebel. It's just, we don't make the rules, okay? We don't make the rules. is happening? Can you avoid a lot of heartache for everybody involved, including yourself, by getting out of your own way? I know I talk a lot about how Taj looks at Rebel, but did y'all see how Rebel was looking at Taj this episode? I was saying this also on my Members Only Live. I feel like in her coming to certain realizations, right? The moments where she's looking at Taj when they were started to make the song before she like perform it, I felt like she was starting to register how much she loves Taj, how safe she feels with Taj, how much like herself she feels around Taj, and how free she is. And again, shout out to Soraya, because it was all over her dang on face, all in her eyes, all in the essence that was her being in that moment. They're really killing it. And I'm going to mention this because Kofi didn't realize this, but y'all know that Soraya is from Empire, and then so is CJ. And I think that that's also, because I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I was a huge Empire fan. I think that that's also the part of this I'm picking up of like, I really enjoy the show because they have that element to it as well. Mimi Loves Peace says, my biggest thing is how can Taj run from the very thing he prayed for? Why do we do this with our blessings? The question of the century for so many people. I know I've had a season of doing it. I would hope that I wouldn't do it now, but I know I've done it before. Because sometimes you just be so scared. You don't believe it's the truth. You don't know if you deserve it. Sometimes you convince yourself that you don't ever want to actually get the thing that you've been wanting, because then once you have it, what if you fuck it up? What if it isn't good as you thought it was going to be? So there's a lot of things. All of it are lies. Those things that we tell ourselves to be lies, but there's so many things that happen with that. Kimberly Felder says, yes, this show has Empire vibes. You was a fan too. Okay, y'all my people. Y'all, sometimes people be clowning me. When I bring up Empire to this day, people be like, you watched Empire? And I'm like, yes, I watched Empire. It was damn good if you ask me. I loved Empire so much. And it's really great. Like seeing those two characters in particular from there, I'm like, I love this. CJ played one of Lucius's love interests, and we know that Soraya was Tiana. Did I talk about everything? I talked about everything that's like stuck at the front of my mind from the episode. Let me know what I missed, y'all, from the episode. I need Caesar to get a man. I need Caesar to get a woman. Somebody to protect him. Y'all think he gonna mess around with the little lawyer lady that's just getting a divorce? Do the lawyer lady like him? I don't know. I just want somebody to take care of Caesar. He running around working all the time and always taking care of other people. And then now we got this little shark in the water with Sasha, who has no good intentions at all. And it's like, if you really need an itch to be scratched, then find a nice little church lady that actually cares about you and is just not trying to benefit up off of you, sir. Please. Kimberly Felder says, Cookie was my girl. Me too. Jasmine Stewart says, Lucius was crazy. I loved Empire too. Oh yes, that's right. See, I should have known because I'm amongst my people. Y'all be getting it. We see each other. Mimi Love, she says, I enjoy Empire. Andre bringing down the those columns is iconic. Oh yeah. Caesar is gonna get with the lawyer, Aaron. I can see that. She seems like she has his best interest at heart. And I just want somebody there. One, so maybe he'll stop pining after Denita. And again, I just want somebody to take care of him because he takes care of so many people. What else? What else did I need to talk about, y'all? What else went down that we definitely need to discuss? I really wish the episode 5 storyline with Essence being in the hospital would have been extended more, because I just wanted them to dig deep into the conversation around her potentially wanting to abort the baby because it was potentially a disabled child, and like one parent being of that position and another parent being of the position that I'm going to love my child regardless birth defects, disability, whatever, I'm going to love them. I wasn't rooting for the child to be disabled by any means, but I feel like that's a conversation that I rarely see happen on television or in film. And I just thought it was so brilliant when that moment came, and she's like, it's my right, it's my choice, just so we clear. And I'm like, yes, and you get to have a conversation about bodily autonomy and expectations, and all of that. Did a really great job of, again, highlighting how disaligned they are in mindset and lifestyle beliefs. So I really wish that would have carried on, but that kind of came and went in that episode. It was very self-contained because they found out that the child is healthy and is fine and no worries, and they're gonna move forward. He puts the ring back on her finger, and then now we're here. Khalees says Bishop Calvin said he's done finding Danny's killer, which was interesting to me because I never thought he would do that. I don't believe him. When he met with that guy, the white guy who I think was a leader, I don't know if I believed him. In that moment, I kind of tuned out, so I gotta rewatch that particular part. But I didn't believe him. I know that he don't want his family to suffer, but I just don't believe him, because if that's the case, he would have never told Rebel that was Denita's necklace. He literally put the battery in Rebel's back for her to go run tell that, and then when Denita confronted him about it, he was not backtracking. He wasn't like, well, I thought I was going to do the right thing, but now I realize that was wrong. Like, he's very much so, well, did you do it? Well, I need you to say the words, like. So I know that he met with that man to like try to say, get off my back, don't come for my kids because I'm going to leave it alone. But I don't believe that he's actually going to leave it alone. I feel like he doesn't have anything else to live for in this moment. You're not getting your marriage back how you thought, because Denita actually does remember, and she's still just as diabolical as her ass has been. The necklace ties her to Raven's murder. Raven was the love of your damn life. You want to get right with God, and for all intents and purposes, the steps that he has been making of, like, he has been trying to be an honest man, living an honest life. Like, he is trying to really atone and repent for the things that have gone on. So I don't got him backing out of this that easy. Wait, who did he invite to the wedding? I gotta rewatch. Did I miss that particular part? Not me swooning over Rebel and Taj so damn much that I'm like, the other parts I'm just like, huh? Let me see. Also, I feel like, Calvin, I know that you're distracted, but you know good and damn well this boy should not be getting married, because you know that them boy basically alluded to, he is you walking into the marriage with Denita. You know how well that damn turned out. So why in the hell are we even still for it, Calvin? You know that this is not the case. You know he don't love this girl like that. Oh, they so cute. Okay, focus, Erica, focus. Dang, that scene was so quick. Oh, here it is. Y'all talking about the little white man? He invited him to the wedding. Alright, let me, so I don't get flagged. Let me mute that. Y'all, I'm rewatching the scene with him and Mr. Peterman. Because that's what y'all talking about. He invited him to the wedding. Yeah, he did all that, but he not he playing with this white man, and the white man ain't shake his hand. Calvin staying the course, and we is proud of him. You is smart. I mean, this is dangerous, but you still is smart, and we love a man who want redemption, honey. We love that. I thought I had missed something like crazy, crazy. That scene was so quick. Yeah, I'm standing on. He did invite them. I feel like it's gonna be some kind of setup to get them all out in the open. I mean, if you already know that this is a debacle of a wedding and you decide to turn up a little bit and out some people, then that's my cons of carrying on. Because they shouldn't be getting married any damn way. So, Calvin, whatever you got planned, I'm standing 10 toes down behind you, brother. Go ahead and do what you got to do. I ain't mad at it. Not one bit. If he does marry her, it ain't gonna end well. She's gonna torture him when it comes to that baby. She is going to have that baby doing all types of stuff, and he think the baby gonna be in the church. It won't. He think the baby gonna get this family environment that he want to have. It won't. That baby is going to be on tour. That baby is going to be in People magazine spreads, and no, Todd, like. Tosh, what are we doing? The writing on the wall. This is not the life that you actually want. Stop it. Please choose happiness. And Rebel clearly don't have no problem with you being a baby daddy. It's time. It's over. It's over now. Move over. It's Rebel time now. It's over. Leave that hole. What else, y'all? Anything else we need to discuss from the episode? What did y'all rate the episodes? I'm curious about that. What y'all give these episodes? They really high up there for me. I'm very engaged. Like, I really enjoy watching them in my living room and just like rubbing my feet together with a nice little snack and just yelling at the TV half the time. How y'all feel about it? And while y'all drop y'all ratings and y'all thoughts, are we excited for Raising Kanan season 3? Are we watching the Power Universe? How many of y'all will check for my breakdowns? Because I'm coming back with them. I'm actually going to keep up with these. Let me know. Let me know what you rate the episode. Any final thoughts? Anything that we need to talk about that I didn't talk about already? And then also, if you are excited for Raising Kanan, any of those things, all of those things, this is your time. Speak up or forever hold your peace. Mimi Loves Peace gives episode 5 a 7 and episode 6 a 8. Okay. Was you shocked that Essence survived that car crash? I didn't know how to feel at the start of episode 5 because I had already like made up in my mind that she had died, and I was already processing like, okay, Taj is gonna have all this guilt and it's gonna create this barrier for him and Rebel, but they could possibly get through it. So I was in that space. So then kind of when I saw that she survived, I was like, oh, is this good? Is it bad? I didn't know. Khalees says a solid 9/10. I just need Rebel to claim her man and drag Essence. Aaron is giving it an 8. Kimberly Felder is giving it a 9. Khalees says, yes, I'm so excited for Kanan. Yes. Jasmine Stewart gives it an 8. Kimberly Felder says, I thought she was dead for sure. Kofi did too. Jasmine says, I thought the baby was dead. Yeah. At least. Like somebody wasn't making it up out of there. Khalees says no because I didn't think she died. It was too early to kill her off. Okay. Mimi Loves Peace says I didn't want her to die, but I wanted it to be more drama. Okay. Yeah, they kind of could have made it. I mean, well, I guess because they had Denita in a coma, they didn't want to do the coma again, like, and drag it out in that way. I could see that. last thoughts, y'all? Anything else? It's getting late over there. It's about to be midnight, which means the Raising Kanan episode is about to premiere. If you missed it, I did a live earlier this week talking about All American and some updates that's happening in that universe. So if you also watch All American or All American Homecoming, go ahead and check that out. It's available for replay. All the members in the chat, you can catch the replay of the members only live that I did right before this live. It's a lot of talk about Kingdom Business on there as well. Share some things I probably should not have shared. And then Kofi dragged me into more conversations around All American. So there's some tea there. It's 2 hours of like some good back and forth for some tea. Tons of live content from this week. I agree, y'all. I would give episode 5 a 8, and I would give this episode a 9. If for nothing else, the Taj and Rebel scenes, and not even their damn dialogue, just how they was looking. They said so much. They are just really really great actors for the characters that they're in, and they are dropped in and so committed to their characters, and you could just see it. I love it. It's amazing. I appreciate it. I told Chandra, like, y'all are doing your damn thing. Thank you so much for giving us these beautiful, nuanced stories through these amazing characters. All right. If that is all y'all got, I'm going to go ahead and say we about to get out of here. Hope you all have had an amazing week. I hope you have a phenomenal Friday. Do something that makes you feel good, that makes you feel special, that makes you feel loved. Love on yourself. I appreciate y'all for coming in and joining me for this Kingdom Business Live. Oh, we DM. I'm trying to get him to come on the channel. So we'll see if I can make that happen. He like cracks up at like my reactions that I put on IG. Cause you know I be so dropped in and out. I'm very expressive, so we've just talked via DM. Yeah. I should definitely have my Raising Kanan breakdown up by tomorrow. And then I still have sister stuff, and I'm so behind in my Kingdom Business breakdowns. But I ain't been missing these lives, y'all. I ain't been missing these lives. The problem is I'm just so encapsulated with the episodes, and I just love it. And then it's like the precious, and then I need to sit down and talk about it, and I feel like I can't. But it's like, girl, you get on live and talk about it. So like, what the hell is you doing? So clearly I got to catch up. I got y'all. And hopefully y'all still watch it. Look out for a bunch of breakdowns coming tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. Love you. Have a great night. Thank you again so much for joining. And I'll see you in the next one. Good night.